Can you hear me now? Is the sound working now? Thanks for letting me know. Okay, cool. All right, I was trying to use this mic, but I guess we'll go back to basics and go through my computer mic. So yeah, thanks for letting me know. Scott and Gemma and David, hello. Yeah, so unfortunately, this wonderful community member of the Bug Scout passed away. Don't know the exact time of what moment of passing, but when I went to go check on him this morning, I found dear Fluffy, the Trinidad chevron tarantula, all shriveled up, upside down, in the back area of his cage where he liked to hide out. So he was named here on the Bug Scope. So thanks guys for naming him. He was named Fluffy because his legs are super fluffy, and I have this picture here to help show just how fluffy he is. One moment. Bring it up onto the screen. I never actually got to appreciate and experience his fluff until now because Trinidad chevrons have very potent venom, and so here you can see all that fluff from when he was alive. So that's why he was named Fluffy. So yeah, because of that, he's been more of a display animal because he's really fast, and if getting a bite from this species of tarantula, the Trinidad chevron, would probably result in nausea and chills and things like that. Hi, David, and thank you, Jenna. Oh, yeah. Jenna says, I'm not a fan of spiders, but he was helping me to learn more, learn to love them more. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he was a nice fluffy tarantula that we could enjoy with our eyes because, like I said, he had very potent venom when he was alive. There were actually a couple of moments just now when I picked him up and took him out to check on the situation where his leg moved, and I was like, oh, is he still alive? I think it's the sort of thing where if you look at, I don't know, like when I've been to viewings for family members who passed away and stuff like that, you expect them to move, you expect to see the breathing occurring, and so it's just hard to imagine um, them not alive, and like your body is just waiting for the movement to happen, and that definitely has happened with Fluffy, interestingly. Um, not Scott is asking, did you find him in the wild originally? He was not. I did not find him in the wild originally. I got him. He was bred in captivity, and I received him from as a wedding gift from my professor at Cornell, who is a spider biologist. So here's another picture of him in life. You can see he's on the side of his terrarium and just kind of hanging out in the crevice. And they're pretty plain looking tarantulas, but they do have these brushes of coloration that I think is really beautiful on their feet. And the chevron comes from the markings on their abdomen, which you can't see super well in this picture, but especially when they're younger, you can see the chevron markings on their rump, on their abdomens that give them their name. So one thing that you guys might find interesting too is that this species of tarantula, like one thing that's great about spiders is that they make their own venom. They don't sequester it. They don't pick it up from what they eat like other animals do. Like that's what monarchs do. They get their toxins from what they eat. And also poison dart frogs also get their toxins from what they eat, and that's why when they're in captivity, they're not poisonous. However, because spiders make their own venoms and toxins, it's a really valuable resource for humans to learn more about the chemistry of our world and see different components and chemical combinations and see what they do and how we can use them for things. So, for example, Trinidad chevron tarantulas, their venom is used to help treat strokes. So if someone you know has a stroke, I know my grandfather had a stroke, back in the day. Thank you to Trinidad Chevrons and for helping with stroke recovery research and medications and things like that. I don't know the details of how it works, but I know that it's a thing. So here's another photo of Fluffy and that I like a lot. This is of his foot. So they are arboreal. Not all tarantulas are arboreal, but Fluffy is an arboreal tarantula. And here he is on a stick. Here's his foot. Very fluffy leg, as you can see. Very hairy leg with his foot. You can see the two little hooks, his tarsal claws, that are helping him give that grip that he needs to walk around vertically. So, all right. Anyway, this is a quick broadcast because I'm about to hop into the car and go up to Philadelphia from Georgia. But as soon as I found this, I knew I had to share the news that Fluffy's time has come. So poor little Fluffy. He lived. They do. It's hard to find exact numbers, but online it says they live to be 2 to 3 years old, and after maturity they live to be maybe 1. And he became mature, I think, like last December, so he was approaching that 1-year-old age. So yeah, my sweet Fluffy has crossed the rainbow, and what I'm going to do with him now is spread his body so that I'm going to take insect pins and spread his body into a display, so I can keep on having him available to admire and appreciate, and also potentially for educational purposes as well. So to celebrate him too. So yeah, the males only live to be 2 or 3 years old, and then the females will live longer, potentially. Oh, they can easily live over 10 years old. So actually, when I discovered that he was a male, that inspired a broadcast that I did called "I'm Sexist When It Comes to Tarantulas," because I'm always hoping that the tarantulas that I have, if I get them as juveniles, I'm always hoping that they are going to end up being a female so that they live for a long, long time. And then, so I was kind of bummed when he turned out to be a male. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, David. David says that it's what he would have wanted. Yeah. So yeah, he's super limp, very nimble right now. So now's the time to pin him, because after some time, once I pin him in position and he dries, he'll be very stiff and brittle. But right now he's extremely bendy, which is partially why I was like, did he move? Is he still alive? But no, he's so limp. Ready? Just flops down. Yeah, very sad. But anyway, all right. Yeah, so if anyone sees AA Strumming was particularly fond of Fluffy. So I was trying to let him know. But thanks all for joining this little memorial for Fluffy, the beautiful Trinidad Chevron. I hope he lived a happy or satisfied life. Yeah. Thanks for joining, and have a great Sunday or Monday, wherever you might be in the world. Cheers. Let me hold this up closer. Maybe I can, yeah. Ooh, actually, this is a good opportunity to show his male parts, but it's a little hard to do still. Let's see. I just put a cork to hold them up, but up here are the bits, the male bits, that transfer the genetic material to the female on the pedipalps. So that's how you know he's a boy. You can kind of see the glistening of the heavily sclerotized, very hardened surface. Unfortunately, I did not find him a mate while he was alive, but if they lived longer, it'd be easier, but it was difficult. Okay. Oh wow, I really like lifted it up so you can see it. Let me see if I can show you guys before I go. Oops, sorry. Tricky view. Can you guys see that? That's a little tricky. Well, maybe in a future broadcast, I'll put him under the scope so you guys can see the male bits because they're very interesting. Okay. All right. Take care. Have a great day, everybody. R.I.P. Fluffy. You could see it? Awesome. All right. I'll put this picture up to end it.